So we continue with our discussion of this is word for word paraphrase of Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda. And any understanding of this poem is incomplete if one doesn't understand or appreciate why the poet stresses the fact that the very serious exercise of introspection would commence with the help of a count of 12. This has been explained in detail at length in earlier presentations. And the purpose of the poem, it appears as if should this exercise be ever undertaken, there would be a large number of long-term and immediate benefits. But it appears as if the poet ends up listing immediate benefits and leaves the long-term benefits for the understanding of the readers. So, without doubts or simple understanding says that should this exercise, this all-inclusive exercise, and it is mandatory, that is the purpose of having a count of 12. Should this exercise be ever undertaken, there wouldn't be any degradation of nature, which is considered in the fourth stanza of this particular piece of poetry. On the other hand, man would realize the phenomenon that he has been harming nature, and now nature has also started fighting back. When the poet says, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands, this is what is implied. That man would for the first time, that this exercise of introspection would for the first time make man realize that man would understand the serious consequences that he has begun to face as a result of his years of natural degradation of nature. Next stanza, he talks of the fact that because everyone on earth, no matter how important a work that is, piece of work that the person is engaged in, would be there introspecting, so there would be no one devising any more sophisticated weaponry, because as it is, man already has at his discretion traditional weapons, biological weapons, chemical weapons. So because and with these weapons, if a war is ever waged, should it ever be waged, then there wouldn't be any one survivor to celebrate victory. There wouldn't be any one survivor. So there would be no one there to celebrate the victory. On the other hand, this exercise, this is what we were there the last time, this is the point that we were at the last time we were together. On the other hand, this exercise of introspection would purge. This is the word that I'm using. This exercise of introspection would serve the purpose of a purgative agent, or it will purge the human conscience or the human constitution, physical and mental constitution. Purge means to cleanse. It means to cleanse. Cleanse means to clean from within. So, exercise of introspection would be purgatory in nature. That means it will clean the human beings of hatred, malice, enmity, animosity from within. And the result would be a man bereft of all these, devoid of all these, and the result would be that mankind would be realizing, would be making happen, or they would realize the concept of universal brotherhood. So that is what is meant, and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. This is where, and walk about with their brothers in the shade doing nothing. Put on clean clothes. Now these clean clothes here. Put on clean clothes. This putting on clean clothes is nothing but, clean clothes means conscience, or human beings, mental and physical constitution bereft of any malice, totally devoid of it, as if cleansed. So this is what is clean clothes. That is, once mankind would have cleansed itself of these ill feelings, one would realize the concept of universal brotherhood. And then this very important thing crosses poet's mind. He says, people might blame him of advocating total inactivity. People might blame him of advocating, of propagating, of endorsing total inactivity. Total inactivity. Introspection is total inactivity.